Well, a pair of eyes in the sky to fight crime in Baltimore City.
Yeah, the idea of a surveillance plane has made the rounds. It was rejected over privacy concerns for years. But in a month, Baltimore City Police will oversee a pilot program. WMAR 2 News' Eddie Kadam live at police headquarters tonight. Tonight, the commissioner was fielding questions and sharing why he changed his mind on this controversial program. Right, Eddie?
Yeah, that's right, Jamie and Kelly. This is a program completely funded by Arnold Ventures, and Commissioner Harrison initially said no way because of those privacy concerns. He sat down with Arnold Ventures and discussed them, and they came up with a plan that he says he's okay with at least looking into and seeing what kind of data they can collect to see how much or how little a program like this can help the city. With a homicide rate over 305 years in a row, people in Baltimore are desperate for solutions, but still critical of surveillance planes flying over the city.
Because we in a great crisis doesn't mean that every solution is the solution. So at this point right now, being open-minded.
Baltimore City Police Commissioner Michael Harrison has his own issues with the idea of becoming the first U.S. city to use the system, but he's willing to see the data and then make a decision.
To treat it like a scientific experiment, we will try it as a pilot, create safeguards, measures of accountability and transparency, and bringing in external researchers and auditing to make sure that the research will guide us to indicate whether it works or not.
The system will focus strictly on violent crimes, and it can only be used if a crime has already happened for an investigative look back. Right now, there will only be one plane, but Harrison expects there to be more. They will fly a minimum of 40 hours a week and will cover about 90% of the city. The commissioner says the resolution of the images will only be sharp enough to track the movement of a small dot, not specific people. David Roca with the ACLU of Maryland is fiercely against the surveillance plane and says the claim that it doesn't identify people isn't true.
Following a pixel on a screen, if it couldn't identify someone, would be an utter and complete waste of time and money. The only reason that this technology exists is to identify people.
There will be two more public meetings next week. The first will be on Monday. That'll be at Morgan State University at 6:30, and then another meeting at 6:30 again at Green Street Academy, also at 6:30 for that meeting. This is expected to be up to 180 days, at least the pilot program, and then they'll go from there. And they expect it again to start at the beginning of April. Live at Baltimore City Police Headquarters, Eddie Kadam, WMAR 2 News.
All right.